Welcome to Cheeky Boys Sweaty Mafs Special. So, hello everyone. This is not the way that we normally start a podcast. Normally there's a bit of preamble where we give you a bit of an inside scoop as to what the story is. This week it's a little bit different.
Why is it different?
Well, it's been a bit of an exciting week.
Okay, that's a choice word.
Exciting is a correct word because I was excited. It wasn't good excited.
Right.
We were in, what would you call it, boy? Rain-ageddon?
That's a good name for it.
Yeah. Not to make light of the fact that many, many people are having an even worse time than I can imagine right now and don't have houses. We had in southeast Queensland, where we live, a bit of a rain bomb that came through.
That was an actual word used by meteorologists.
I love rain bomb. I love rain bomb because it's so like...
It's descriptive. We got bombed by rain. No, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Rain bomb.
It just rained a lot.
Yeah.
And like
it rained a lot.
It was like 4 straight days of between moderate to heavy rain.
Yeah, I think my house, we got over 600 mil.
Yeah, and like they were talking meters of rain in some places.
Yeah, Mount Glorious, I think, registered over, I think it was 1,096 millimeters of rain. So
yeah,
for our international non-metric listeners, that is about 3.5 feet of rain.
So I live near a river. We're probably within 300, 400 meters of a river right now, would you say? Maybe less? We're close to a river.
I'd say your approximation is correct.
Yeah. And so it was like, it was a worrying time. I was at a movie on Friday night when the rain was beginning, and I became nervous during the movie and we had to leave early. I was very sad.
Oh, you actually left. I didn't realize you left the movie.
Yeah, we left early because like I was getting people being like, hey, the roads are cut. You're not going to be able to get home.
Yeah,
I was like, maybe we should leave now. Yeah, and then the rest of the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, was just nerves followed by relief, followed by nerves again. And it got to the point where we moved out for a little bit. We moved all of our stuff out just in case.
So the main part of you're trying to express before this is probably a topic we can get into after we've explained what's
there's a topic.
Yeah, no. It was your week to prepare.
Yeah, basically
topic.
I moved out for a week. We had no power. Not a great.
Yeah,
a week. A week of not being in my own home and didn't have any time to write a script. And because we don't prepare ahead of time, like we said we would.
We do, but it ends up being the day of recording. We're just finishing off.
So there was no script. Rain Bomb has ruined Cheeky Tales for this week.
So what's the
sogcast?
What's the sogcast? That's all right. So what's the structure then? We're just doing free form talking about.
Yeah. So we're going to do a bit of a unique one. We hope it's unique anyway.
I think we could do this every now and again where we just discuss.
Every now and again when we've had enough of writing scripts.
We discuss just current goings-ons and stuff like that. Like more of a, I guess,
a cheeky tale of a different kind.
Yeah, I
have a chat.
I kind of listen to a lot of these types of podcasts where they just, you have 2, 3, 4 people just having a chat, talking about stuff.
If you don't like it, that's okay. We'll be back to the regular formatting next fortnight.
Do we want to clear that up now? Are you going to do a topic or is it going to be back
I think
to me?
The admin of this podcast is definitely a topic that people want to hear. And yes, I will be... What are you looking at?
The bug climbing up your brick. We'll get into that. Okay, So we're just going to have a chat this week. So it's something a little bit different. You might learn a little bit more about your Cheeky Boys.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
So there's rain bomb. Let's get into the rain bomb. So we'll talk about that a bit to begin with because we've already kind of mentioned it. How much stuff did you move out of your house?
So we moved pretty much everything that wasn't furniture. So all electronics, all clothes.
The cats.
The cats went out. They were first out. They were out before anything else.
Yeah.
Let me make that very clear. So we pretty much moved everything out. And it was like moving, but even more annoying. Because then I got to spend a week in my parents' house living in the bedroom that I grew up in and working in there as well.
Was it still how you left it?
The layout's the same. The bed's the same. Some of the stuff that I had on the walls is still there.
So are they kind of just holding on What have they got that room ready for you for? Why is it ready for you just to move back in?
I don't know. Like, it's my dad's, like,
how long
work
have you been out of home for?
I've been out of home for 6 years.
They still had it ready for you to move back in.
It's like Dad works in there. Dad works from home in there, and I took over.
On the bed.
No, it's really weird because it's where my desk was when I was in uni.
Yeah, right.
So, like, it's just my dad's work from home setup, and I was just stealing it for a week, and Dad had to work somewhere else. Because, of course, Bree couldn't work because her centre shut.
Yeah, right.
So she was just sleeping or, like, lying in bed doing stuff. So Dad couldn't work in there. So I just stole his setup for a week. And it was moderately comfortable.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just going to commute to your parents' place for work?
Maybe.
We're working at home now.
If I ever when I'm working from home, if I ever get sick of missing the commute, I'll just drive over there and say, Dad, get out.
Scream.
But it was very strange. One night I was having a shower and Mum and Dad went to bed and I came out and, like, all the lights were off. And I just, like, I flicked back to being a teenager.
I was going to say, did you go back to be, did you feel like being a teenager?
I got to creep around the house real quiet.
It's not a very big house, is it?
Oh, no, it's tiny.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how quiet you are, they're going to hear you.
Yep.
So, like, it was just very strange to go back in time and be like, oh, it's like I'm 17 again. I'm creeping about.
Funny. So you had no issues with flooding then?
No. Thankfully, I don't want to say that we were overly nervous. I think we were precautious.
Cautious, yeah.
Yeah. So the river got to 16.5 meters or something.
I think it was 16.8, which...
I don't think it was 0.8. But
so
yeah.
for local listeners, this is not the first time in our lifetime like Ipswich, our area, southeast Queensland, has flooded. We had one in 2011, which was the highest.
1 in 100 years. I think it was the most rain, but it wasn't the biggest.
No, what we just had was the most rain.
Yeah.
The rain we had just had...
most recorded rain, I should say.
Was pretty much 1974 and 2011's rainfall totals added together was the 2022 rainfall.
So when like our parents talk, 1974 is like the flood.
Is the flood, yeah.
The flood, though, it's like 1894 or something. It's like
it was a
25-meter flood.
You mentioned it was a 1 in 100 year flood.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it only happens once every 100 years.
No, it's just a likelihood. But
Uh,
we've had 3 of them in 11 years.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean...
Yes, I understand. It's a probability. It's not a factual...
it's a 1% chance every year that we're going to have a flood like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, okay, cool. Some people out there mightn't understand.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I actually think I've seen a bit online about the dam operators copping a bit of...
I
think they've handled it...
They did, like, 2011...
From 2011.
2011... Obviously, things could have been done better, but we would just come out of a drought. So we had no water in the dam. Then we had water in the dam. Nobody's going to be like, let's get rid of the water in the dam.
Yeah.
Now we've learnt, get rid of some of the water in the dam. So some stuff happened 2011.
But like I said, the rainfall that we had, the actual amount of water coming into the dam was much more than the last 2.
Yeah.
And it was less.
This is horrifically local.
Yeah, true. But I don't think we flooded as badly. Like, there's still a lot of people who had their houses inundated and stuff like that, which is sad. And again, the stories coming out of random strangers helping people out has been great.
Yeah, I love seeing it. I don't want to see it.
No.
Because you don't want it to happen, but it is nice to see.
But it is good that it happens.
Yeah.
So let's get back to local. You had all your stuff that's not furniture moved out. You had the cats out. You guys were out. Yeah. And then you had like the bigger stuff just stacked up.
Yeah, we had stuff like up as high as we could get
because there was a chance that you were going to get water through the house.
It got to 16.5. It needs 17.8 for like the house to get some water into it. So yeah, it got close. Thankfully, it didn't get any worse and nothing happened. Except we lost power for a week.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. I lost power for a day and I hated it.
Isn't it the worst?
I was out for a day and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a day. It was Sunday night. I wasn't expecting to go to work the next day because the amount of water that was around, not being able to get to work.
So it got to the point where our premier, so like our state's leader, was like, hey, maybe nobody go to work?
Well, the Prime Minister was on the radio that morning saying it as well. So yeah, it was Sunday.
Have you seen, sorry to derail you, but
sure.
have Have you seen ScoMo using the welding torch?
Yes. Of course, I've seen that. It's really funny because 2 seconds, he's like, I've done this before. Immediately lifts up the flap and
stares at it.
Flashes himself. We laughed, but if anyone who's ever used a welder, we've all done it. We've all lifted it up to have a look and then accidentally touched it.
Yeah.
But that wasn't an accident.
I love seeing the side-by-side of him like squinting at it and then his whole face is lit up white. Like, so good.
So yeah, it was the night before Sunday night, about 11:30. I was playing Xbox. Boom, power's out.
Yeah.
I think I got power back Monday night about 7:30. So it wasn't even a day, and I still hated it.
Yeah, I lost power for an hour here once, and I went so crazy that I started walking around making a series of Snapchat videos. Yeah. And it's comedy gold.
For an hour.
Yeah.
It's like those cartoons you see, like something happens, they get locked in a room, and it's a montage of like days and days of them just like, oh, it's so thirsty, whatever. And then they look at it, it's been like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty much like that, yeah. And the funny thing about that day was that like I was just sitting watching Netflix and then the power went off and I was like, what? This is an outrage. And then after it was over, I'm like, I'm going back to watching Netflix. So I didn't even do anything valuable that day.
Yeah, you made Snapchats. It's like you said, comedy gold saved in the ether.
Yep, it's there and it's good. It's good. It's a series of photos. Yeah, if I do say so myself. I'll have to show you later.
So back to the rain, like you said before, just the amount of rain. I still can't believe we had such heavy rain consistent over such a long period of time. I don't think I've ever experienced
I can't remember it.
That kind of rain before.
It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Heavy rain.
Just heavy rain.
You didn't want to be out in it.
I don't recall a time until Monday where it wasn't raining at all. Like it was always raining.
It was always raining.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, it started raining on Friday. I got home from work Friday and we had a bit of a roof leak in the front of our house.
Not fun.
Not fun. Roof was wet, coming through. We don't have plaster. It's an older house. So we got like
straw.
Yeah, we got straw roof. No, we got masonite ceiling.
Yeah.
So.
Is that like Dragonite?
No.
Okay.
It's Bernie board.
Classic.
Yeah, I get a Pokemon joke.
Pokemon pun.
Masonite. If anyone knows, it's masonite. It's like a timber material. So we've got that on our ceiling, and the water gets through it, and it doesn't like a plaster ceiling would sag and then eventually collapse because of the amount of water. It's just plaster and cardboard. Where this is kind of the water soaked through, and we actually had it running down a fluoro light, dripping out the bottom of the fluoro light.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, but
I mean the drip's not dangerous, but like water in the electrical system probably not great.
So we just had the light turned off, so not a problem.
Yeah. Solved. I'm going to bed.
Well, yeah, if the light was turned on, that's potential for like a tripping out or causing a short.
Tripping out.
Or causing a short.
Whoa, man, look at my hand.
But because we had no, like, it wasn't energized, I wasn't too concerned about it. And it's been an ongoing issue, but because we had so much rain, it was a
very ongoing issue.
It was a very ongoing issue.
Yeah.
So Friday afternoon, I got home, got the ladder out, climbed up on the roof and was trying to have a look.
Yeah.
To see if I could see any visible, obviously visible holes or something that's causing the leak, and I was going to try and maybe like put a bit of stuff in it. So I do that, get up there, can't see anything, get down off the ladder.
Get down.
And it's an extension ladder because I said house. So I get down off the ladder, and as I'm lowering the extension of the ladder slips out of my hands and smashes straight through my front window.
I remember you telling me this and I forgot to ask any follow-up questions.
Yeah.
And what happened there? So you smashed a window in the middle of a rain bomb.
Yeah.
Like how did you get someone out to replace it? Or did you have to cardboard it up?
It's still broken.
Okay.
So I cleaned up all the glass, put the ladder away.
Yeah.
The shape of my roof, I've got the awning, like it sticks over. So
you've got eaves.
I've got eaves. There was no rain coming in through that window.
Yeah.
So I cleaned up. I was so filthy with myself. I was so annoyed. Just such a stupid accident to happen. And this section of glass is like 1,200 by 1,200. It's not a small window. It's quite large.
That is 1.2 meters.
And I'm sitting there going, that's going to be so expensive to replace.
Yep.
So, and like I said, you just didn't want to be out in the rain. I was already out in the rain checking for the leak. And now I'm running back and forth to my truck, getting tools, running to the carport. I had some like VJ paneling like stored away. So I got some of that, took it inside,
John is always ready for smashing a window.
Running back to the car to get screws, coming back in, and I'm absolutely saturated by now.
And I'm
already filthy with myself.
I bet you're in a fantastic mood.
I was in a terrible mood.
Yeah.
Screwed the thing back up, and that's what's still on the window now. Still got the bit of wood screwed over it. So it was just on the weekend, actually, when we were downstairs cleaning up, because under our house got water as well.
Okay.
So my house didn't flood.
Yeah. You're high set.
A high set, and we're on top of a hill, so we're pretty much safe up there. But yeah, so it's high set. So the front of my house is about 500 mil into the ground. It's
dug in,
and because there was so much water in the ground, like there was so much pressure.
Yeah,
the water was actually getting pushed down and then being pushed back up through my concrete and through sections of the part that was under the ground and so we had water go through, like the kids' Lego room just saturated all the carpet we had down there, which was just carpet tile, so not a problem. We were able to pull them up and dry them out and stuff like that.
Still, not a great situation.
So yeah, we had to clean that up. But that was it. Like, it was actually kind of funny, like where the water was coming up, which was clean because it was all filtered from the ground. I kind of did the old put my finger on one hole and it made the other hole like squirt out further. But it was consistently coming in. We probably had a couple of mil through underneath the house, so. But that was just purely because of how much water was in the ground. It was getting pushed out. So
unbelievable amounts of water. Have I told you
still filthy about that window? So yeah, what I was saying was we were down there cleaning up after that, and I found a sheet of glass that should fit, so I shouldn't have to pay for glass, and I should be able to fix it myself.
That's a lucky stroke.
That is a lucky stroke.
Yeah.
Not too concerned because we want to renovate. We want to delete that window anyway because it's the original veranda that's been built in. So we kind of want to open it back up to the original veranda.
Okay.
But it obviously still needs to be fixed until we decide to do that.
Yeah.
Or can do that. So that was the rain bomb.
Yeah.
What other notable events have happened recently that we should discuss about? What other notable events that's happened recently that we should talk about?
I mean, this is not recent by any stretch, but you talk about smashing a window. I've told you about smashing a window here, haven't I?
Was it like the first weekend you moved in, you were mowing or whipper-snipping and just shot a rock through
We moved in on the Sunday.
A door-sized window?
Yeah, moved in on the Sunday. On the next Saturday, I was like, time for a mow. And I was doing the whipper-snipping for the first time. And I pinged a rock into a sliding glass door, and that was that. Off it went.
The whole thing shattered?
Yeah. It like did that thing where it like cracks in the window. So like it's still there, but it's all smashed. And I'm standing there like, be very quiet.
That's the new glass. Like it's all tempered. It's designed to shatter like that.
Yeah.
Not like the stuff that I got that's just broken in lots of sharp pieces.
Nice. That's good for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone loves their kids playing with broken bits of glass.
So good.
Yeah. But eventually it did all fall out, and it was like a Saturday afternoon at maybe 5 o'clock. And that wasn't fun. That was many hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. Glass is expensive.
Yeah. What else have we had going on?
Well, we still haven't really done a proper intro. Let's do a quick intro. Welcome to Cheeky Tales. I'm John.
We're 20 minutes into recording.
Oh, well, it happens.
You're John.
I'm John.
I'm Aaron.
Yep. Welcome. If this is your first episode, this is not what we usually do.
No.
Stick
Although
around.
if you like it, we're willing to change the entire format of the show to benefit you if you're a sponsor.
Oh, if you're a sponsor, maybe.
This podcast is for sale. I am 100% up for selling out.
There's no, come on.
Oh, look, I understand that you're on the same page as me. Right. So when I say I, it's a royal I.
Radio.
Yeah. I'm willing to call this the PepsiCo Cheeky Tales podcast.
The Allen's Cheeky Tales podcast.
Oh, that's right. We did make a big play for Allen's last episode, didn't we? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let me pose something to you, boy.
Okay.
The last episode I brought up that there was a little bit at the end of the episode. Little bit. About Mafs. Married at First Sight.
Yeah. So that Mafs debater joke, which...
How did that go around the office? Because I feel like that would have just gone...
it didn't come up at all. I'm actually surprised. I think the people that are in the office now, despite being mentioned a lot, only Chloe listens.
Oh, they've dropped off a bit, have they?
Well, they've just moved on.
I'm gonna stop shouting out to them then.
I'm not.
Okay. Chloe can stay.
Chloe
I like Chloe.
Can continue getting shout-outs.
Good
Mason
feedback.
doesn't listen, so I'm willing to just absolutely mercilessly attack him until he does. And Jazz, I know that you still listen, and I appreciate that. The James Cook episode, probably coming soon.
Oh, she's been advocating for that. Oh, yeah, because bastard. That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, James Cook.
So, Mafs.
Yeah, so
I got you with the joke.
You did get me with that joke.
I've rocked up tonight to record.
Yeah, and what you don't realise is that not just the 2 TVs that you saw had it playing, but our bedroom one had it playing as well.
So you had it on 3 TVs tonight.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't want to miss a single thing.
Yeah, so we were eating dinner watching it, and then we were washing up watching it, and then Bree went down to the bedroom for like maybe 2 minutes and turned on the TV to watch it while she was in there. Now, I said during that recording last week that I'm not really into it that much this season. Right?
You're into it this week. You've gotten into it.
I have dived in. So went to, I can't remember where we were. Like, I don't know whether we watched an episode before the rain bomb or we just watched an episode while we were at my parents' house.
Our last recording was before the rain bomb. So.
Yeah. So I think it was while we were at my parents' house. They started advertising that there was like a fight going on. And I was like, I'm not about it this year. I'm not intrigued. I don't want to watch it. And we watched maybe half an hour of an episode. So deeply into it again.
So yeah, I've rocked up tonight. I thought there was 2.
Yeah, 3 TVs.
3 TVs.
Yes. There's a very slim portion of this house where you're not within eyesight of a TV playing Mafs.
That was at the front of the driveway. I could not see.
It's actually projected onto the fascia of the house.
Door.
Yeah. No. So I am a big advocate for Mafs, and you're not.
I can't stand it.
You're very much not.
I think it's an absolute shit house of an idea for a TV show.
I think that you're thinking about it too much.
No, I just don't like it. It just gives me. It's just wrong.
So what? Okay. Why do you think it's wrong? Is this going to be like some marriage thing?
No, it's the design of it is just to cause drama.
Okay.
And I hate that about reality TV shows.
And Dragon Ball Z's not?
You can't compare.
Tell me that the entire setup of Dragon Ball Z is not to cause conflict between 2 people. That is literally the point of Dragon Ball Z.
But they're not real people.
So neither are these.
Oh,
you think the characters on Mafs are real people? They're not.
Well, they're meant to be.
You know what Mafs does better than anything else? It generates protagonists and antagonists better than anything else I've ever watched.
Good TV is all about drama. I get that.
No, good TV is about emotion, and Mafs has emotion.
Mafs is just setting up 2 people to put them in an awkward position to create drama.
Then just like feeding it for like 8 weeks and just watching
it's terrible.
2 people scream at each other for 8 weeks.
It's terrible. It's not. Okay. That's my problem with it. Right. It's a normal.
Don't get me wrong. Not highbrow.
It's a normal situation.
Yeah. Well,
that's been made not normal. Right? It's 2 people getting married, which is a normal thing.
Okay.
And it's been made not normal by introducing the whole never met, and then you're also doing it with how many other couples?
I don't know, like 15 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Whereas Survivor is the same kind of concept where they're in there to cause fights and all that, but they're not in a normal situation. They're not in like just a regular day marriage.
Yeah, but they're a community.
Yeah, they're a community that's been taken out somewhat, taken away from normalcy.
Yeah.
Or what we would class as normalcy. For that to happen, which I don't have a problem with because it's, I don't like it. And that's why that's why the more recent seasons of The Block, I haven't been interested either because it's not really about renovating anymore. It's about the contestants having drama and they focus on that. And I don't like that either.
And let me tell you, Mafs, the first couple of seasons, I didn't like it because it was all about the couples. It's like, oh, how's this couple doing? How's that couple doing? Boring TV. No one wants to see couples. What they want to see is just fighting. 2 dolled up bogans screaming at each other
over
for 45 minutes. Like I
don't want to see that.
You sat down and watched it, and I didn't see your eyes leave the screen.
Let me defend myself.
Okay.
If I'm not looking at the TV, I've got, 3 white walls and a purple wall to look at.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the first thing I did when I got here was pat your cats.
Yep.
So
in a room with Mafs playing. I noticed you didn't leave the room.
Oh, I couldn't. If I did leave the room, it was on anyway.
I got him. He's trapped.
And I didn't want to start talking to you because we wanted to keep it all for the episode.
So let me tell you that in the 5 minutes that I explained the one fight that was going on, I explained everything about the show.
Yeah.
The buy-in on Mafs is so low. You don't need to know a thing about it. You watch 1 2-hour episode or however long they are, maybe an hour. You know exactly who the bastard is, and you know exactly who the other bastard is, and you know the poor suckers that are teamed up with them.
Sounds like Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. But like Days of Our Lives is exactly the same. I was just going to argue that it's not, but it is.
It's exactly
and
the
like,
same.
I just think that Mafs does a better job of storytelling and emotion tweaking than anything else I've ever watched.
Oh my God. No. I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm not saying it's highbrow. I'm not saying it's good TV. I'm saying it's riveting TV.
No, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not a Mafs addict like you.
I cannot wait until next season.
It'll never happen.
You're sitting here being like, Kirsty and I watched 6 hours of Mafs highlights and we're in.
It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen, boy.
I can't wait.
Never going to happen. 3 TVs. Come on.
Yeah, look, to be honest, only one of them is playing it with sound now.
I was going to say, to be fair, you didn't have power for a week, so you're making up.
Oh, I got to make that power bill back to normal,
you
baby.
You got to make up for it with 3 TVs.
Yeah. That's it. Let me tell you something else, boy.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot what it was that I was going to say.
So with all the rain about, we haven't been able to play cricket lately either.
Nah, I'm feeling thick.
We've had about 2 weeks of cricket we haven't been able to play. We usually play cricket 4 times.
Yeah, we'll play on a Thursday night indoor.
Yep.
And then we will play outdoor.
We got a T20 comp that we play on a Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, or as Sean calls it, not real cricket.
It's not real cricket.
No.
It's still it is cricket, but it's not the ICC
it is
world
not
recognized
World Cup level.
It's its own world brand of cricket.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we're cricket players. I grew up playing cricket. I don't know if you did. What was your history with cricket? I played 2 seasons of schoolboy cricket. Yeah, right.
3, actually.
Yeah, I've been playing since under 12s or whatever. I grew up playing Vigoro, which is
and boy, can you tell the difference.
Vigoro is a female... it's not a female version of cricket. It's its own sport.
It was created as a female version, was it? Or
no, it was kind of like what was it? I think the actual history is something. Maybe it might be like a half episode we do one day, like the history of Vigoro.
Lord Edward Vigoro.
It was like a mixture of golf and tennis, I think.
What?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So it's very much similar to cricket. There's a couple of different rule changes. We're not getting into it. But my family is very heavily involved in the local and state of that sport. So I grew up playing that, grew up playing cricket, played high school cricket, and then I stopped for a little while to play tennis for a few years, and then got back into indoor cricket when we became boys, when the boy mance started.
Yeah, that was, you realize that was 2011? 2012.
What's that? When we started playing?
Yeah.
Indoor?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, grew up watching it on the TV. Grew up playing it.
So did we all.
So I guess the reason we bring that up is because we recently had 2 legends of the game pass.
One who has very sadly been ridiculously overshadowed.
Yeah. That was Rod Marsh.
Yeah.
He was a bit before my time.
Same.
But still an icon of Australian cricket.
Yeah.
And then a day later we had Shane Warne unexpectedly pass away.
You know that like within eyesight right now I have Warnie's biography? What do you think it's called? No Spin.
Yeah, right. That's
he's
clever.
a spin bowler.
Yeah.
But there's no spin.
Yeah. So, yeah, Warnie is one I grew up watching.
Yeah. Every kid wanted to be Warnie.
Not really.
Every kid did the ball spin in the air like Warnie did.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually still kind of in a little bit of shock from Warnie. I still can't believe it was so sudden and unexpected. The 52 is very young, so thinking of his kids, one of the things that has come out from since his passing is he was very family orientated with his kids and all that, which is
one thing I have noticed is that.
Have you read the biography?
I have not.
Oh.
Someone bought it for me at work for a Secret Santa.
Yeah. Right.
I still don't know who. And I thought it was very on brand for me because, they all know I like cricket.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. One thing I have loved is the downplaying of all the stuff that Shane Warne did that was kind of dodgy. Everyone's just he's just a fun-loving larrikin.
Yeah, that has been a thing. But there's been some great stories that come out. Yeah. I saw the one with Michael Clark. He rocked up to Warne's place for something and he was having a smoke in his solarium with the door open. So he's just like, he's calling out to him to come in. Meanwhile, he's laying in the solarium having a smoke. And,
that's real Warney.
Shocking and unfortunate. Like I said, I'm still shocked. But so are we going to go ahead with our plan if indoor is on tomorrow night? The first ball of everyone's over
is going to be spin.
Leg spin?
Well, having bowled one successful ball of leg spin in my life, I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I don't know if it's in bad taste or not, but I want to do it.
I think it's in bad taste if we all dye our hair blonde and start smoking.
Rock it up with a dart.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll give it a crack. See if I can do it.
So who were your idols growing up then in the cricket thing? Like, who did you said you grew up wanting to be, did you grow up to be wanting to be more? Or who?
I wanted to be a fast bowler.
Okay. So you like Glenn McGrath.
Brett Lee.
Yeah. Everyone wanted to be Binger.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Just bowling beamers.
Yeah, well, that was a video I saw too. They were playing like a charity match and Brett Lee's come steaming in and bowled a beamer at Shane Warne.
Yeah.
And broken his hand. And so they're at this charity match everyone's trying to watch.
Yeah.
Shane Warne comes, he can't bowl. He's got a broken hand. So he's just absolutely ruined it for...
That's pretty funny.
I growing up...
At a charity match too?
Yeah.
Wow.
150k lightning bolt. Like
that's cruel.
Chest high.
Yeah.
Quick bowler. I grew up wanting to be like Matty Hayden.
Yeah.
Idolized Matty Hayden. Big Queenslander, left-hand opening batter. That's kind of who I wanted to be. And Brian Lara. Brian Lara was a bit before...
I probably didn't take cricket all that seriously when I was a kid.
Oh, I was in the backyard with Mum.
Yeah.
Every weekend playing test match. I think I scored 360 on over like a course of 5 weekends or something like that. Well, she took it for training because she was playing Vigoro at the time. So I'd be bowling to her and she'd be using that for practice for Vigoro and stuff like that.
Stop crying, son. Bowl better.
Oh, no, she was the one crying.
Mum, stop hitting me for 6.
No, I was the one smashing her for 6 and 4 and all that. It's funny because then...
Mum, stop bouncing me. I don't like Yorkers.
Like I said, I spent many weekends batting against her and then...
Get ready for a broken fucking arm, son.
They do charity matches for Vigoro and stuff like that where we raise money for like Glenn McGrath Foundation and stuff like that. We're doing one of the first ones and I was batting and Mum was on the other team.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, I think originally it wasn't Pink Stumps. It was like a council match. So they had the local councillors come out to play.
Oh, here we go.
And
John killed a councillor.
No. And it was like...
Is that what happened to Pasali?
It was the Vigoro players versus like council.
Yeah.
And they did a thing like... They were trying to raise money for Vigoro from the council. The council was like, well, for every 6 we hit, we'll donate $100 or whatever like that.
Okay.
And Mum's like, you're playing for the council. I went out and played on the council's team and then Mum's come on to bowl and it just went back to backyard cricket and I was just sending her over the boundary, ball after ball.
What I'm
racking up the money.
What I'm now imagining is that your mum was just bowling like underarm lollies to you. just soft full tosses.
Yeah. No, she was trying to bowl properly, but I was just sending her over the rope.
Yeah.
So funny, just racking up that bill for the council.
Oh, that's good.
But it was good. That was the whole idea. They wanted to raise money for the local club.
$900 dues. There's a guy at work.
Good fun.
There's a guy at work who he hates TV. He doesn't, but like that's what I say because he's never watched anything that you ever bring up. Like me with movies.
Yeah, right. Well, movies are going to come up later, hopefully, if we got time. Because geez, we're 40 minutes in already.
Yeah, goes quick. He doesn't watch TV, and he has never watched any TV. I say that he's anti-TV, but whatever. So he doesn't get any Simpsons references.
Oh, what?
So yeah, because he's never watched it. So like I'm having the time of my today. I was like, that's it, back to Winnipeg, and he just blank faced me. I'm like, oh,
you don't get that one. Lots of paddling, nothing.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't get it. So I've just been sending him every time I make a reference. I send it.
Send him the clip.
Yeah, that's it, back to Winnipeg. Yeah.
What's the? Oh, it's more like a Shelbyville idea. What? If no one watches The Simpsons, they're not going to get that either.
Oh, look, if you don't watch The Simpsons, that's on you.
I don't watch it anymore. I used to.
Nah, every so often I like seeing an episode if it's one of the older ones, but you know.
Yeah, I don't really watch any of the newer ones.
Yeah, we're watching through Futurama again at the moment.
Oh, that's a show I wanted to watch but never.
It's so good.
I've seen an episode here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, Futurama is so good.
Are they bringing that back?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It just so happened we were already watching it when that came up. Yeah. But it's like there's a lot more hidden stuff in it than I remember. Like things that when you're a kid you don't get.
Yeah, right.
Or like
Disney movies.
Yeah. Kind of like cultural references and stuff as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Oh, there's ScoMo. Shaking hands. We got the TV on because I left Mafs playing so that John could read the captions.
It only went for like 2 minutes after we started recording anyway.
Yeah, now it's some nuclear power thing that I actually kind of wanted to watch. Good night. What else did I have on my list of things to talk about? I think I just had Mafs on my list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had a few things. One of the other things I had was, one of the things about us is we play our cricket. Footy season's about to start. This is going to come out after round.
Footy.
This is going to come out after round one. So
footy chat.
I don't want to be like, yeah, really excited for the Broncos' first game and they've already lost or whatever.
I'm excited for the Broncos to win.
Just chuck that in afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, I shouldn't say I'm excited for them to lose.
Yeah. Well, how do you?
I'm becoming very fair weather about the NRL.
I didn't want to get into this whole, how do you think they're going to go? Because it's going to come out afterwards and we've already got an idea how they're going to go.
It's also, like, I would say that most of our listeners don't give a rat's bumhole about NRL.
Well, they mightn't give a rat's bumhole about a lot of things we talk about tonight.
Actually, I have one thing to talk about, but go on.
So, are you excited for this season with the Bronx, or
not really?
Are you looking till 2023 to become a Dolphins fan, or
no? I'm not interested in the Dolphins whatsoever
at all.
No. So, for anyone that doesn't know, the NRL, so rugby league in Australia, getting another team. It's a team that was in like a lower level, but they had tons and tons of money because the local community was really behind it. They've kind of removed the local community from it and just made it a team with no like specific location.
Yeah, back to one of the other places like a team already exists.
Yeah. Aren't they like, they're just the Queensland Dolphins?
Well, they're just the Dolphins at the moment. And they'll be playing at Suncorp.
Yeah. So like they've kind of removed anything that would make them unique aside from their name and colour. It's not interesting to me.
It looks like they will have a good team.
Yeah, I
heard rumours this week that Tamalalo might be going to them.
It's going to be the same as the Storm when they came in.
I reckon it'd be worth putting a bet on them for that first season to win the premiership.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. I've become very fair weather about the NRL.
I'm excited for it to be back. I'm excited for the Broncos this season. We had a lot of players, like, experienced players come into the side this year. Yeah. Even though one of them's not playing this first week because he had COVID.
Yeah, against his old club.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it. I'm hoping the Bronx do well. They've had a couple of rough years.
Yeah, they certainly have.
After having many, many, many good years.
Yeah. What was it? They only missed, in their first like 25 years or 35 years or something, they only missed one final series.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were doing well, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
I didn't think that I was that much of a sports guy.
Until you met me.
No. Like even recently, I didn't think I was that into sports. Like there's a couple of things I follow, like the NFL, deep into it. But other than that, and like the NRL, I didn't really think I was that into it. Then I had a guy stay here for a couple of weeks. And I realized when he was here that pretty much every time he walked into the living room, I was watching some kind of sport. And it's just
F1 or something.
Yeah, or like cricket or NFL or like anything. And it got to the point where I'm like, oh, I might actually be a sports guy. And yeah, I think I am. I think I've got a team in all the major leagues. I'm a Houston Rockets fan in the NBA.
I went with the Boston Nets. Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets.
Because they had a B logo.
Yeah.
Like all my other teams.
In the baseball, I've got the Oakland Athletics. Yep. Thank you to Lonely Island for that.
Boston Red Sox, I think.
Because they got the B.
They got the B.
Yeah. In the NHL, I am undecided on a team because I haven't seen enough of it yet.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah. I mean, just because of the Tampa Bay Bucks, I'm a Tampa Bay Lightning fan.
What about in the Irish Gaelic League? You got
Galway.
Oh, you do have a...
Yeah.
Oh, you do have... I was bringing that up as a joke, but you actually have a team.
Yeah, you forget. Sean and I love the hurling.
Wow. I accidentally walked into that one.
I'm a sports guy. Yeah. Name a sport, I know a team.
Curling.
Curling? I'm more of a...
Australia.
No. I go for more of your like Eastern European countries and that. Yeah.
Lawn bowls?
Lawn bowls? Look, honestly, maybe Australia because I am Australian, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Golf.
I mean, who doesn't love Tiger Woods?
Okay. Probably a lot of people.
Certainly none of his ex-wives. Got him. Hot takes by hot boys.
Hot boys.
Cheeky boys go hot with their takes.
What else we got, boy? We've covered a lot of...
I heard something.
We've covered weather.
Yep.
TV.
Yep.
Sports.
Yep. Smashing glass.
Movies.
Yeah.
We haven't done movies yet. I got
some
things I want to discuss with movies that you'll probably have no interest in.
Nah, probably not. So I'll just check out and you can just talk into the void. So I heard a story.
Mm.
It's not long enough for a cheeky tale.
I've got one of those as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good. This one.
If it's the same one.
Have you heard about the Mazdas in Seattle?
Okay. I thought for a second you were going to actually talk about what I was going to talk about. No, I haven't.
So in I think it was 2018 or 2019, there was this radio station in Seattle, 94.9, KUOP or something.
I don't know how that works over there, but yeah, 94.9.
Yeah, FM 94.9. So there was a whole bunch of Mazdas, like Mazda 3s that were built between like 2011 and 2014 or something. And in Seattle on this particular day, listening to this particular radio station, these cars' entertainment systems just died and could not be repaired. It was like hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but like hundreds, maybe thousands of these Mazda 3s just all at the same time.
Listening to the same station?
Yes.
Died?
Yes. The entertainment system destroyed. So they couldn't use the radio.
What did they send over the radio?
So what it was, you know how like if you're listening to radio now, sometimes it'll be like, this is the station name, this is our
like a smart radio.
Line,
yeah. And
this is the song that's playing.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's called HD radio.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got AM and FM radio, and then sitting on top of that, they broadcast a digital signal that just has like that information. Mm-hmm. So it can have like album art, it can have like just text that they want to display, all that stuff. What happened was the radio station made a mistake and didn't put file name extensions on the end. So like instead of, podcastart.jpg, it was just podcast art. And so these cars would download that, not be able to work out what this file was because it doesn't have an extension, freak out and restart. When they restarted, they'd have those files in their cache again, freak out, restart. They just got stuck in a boot loop.
And they wouldn't be able to delete them.
No. And so all these cars had to have their entertainment systems replaced.
Did the radio station have to pay for it?
No, Mazda did.
But it wasn't Mazda's fault.
Yeah, it is. Because that's a bug in their software.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then I learn't...
That was just the thousands of this car just died from a radio broadcast. That's really weird.
There was another one. It was... There's a podcast called 99% Invisible or something.
Mm.
And I can't remember what model of car it was. I think it was like Audis or something. I don't think it was Audis. I'm not talking shit about Audis. Please don't sue. Please sponsor.
Oh, yeah. Audi, sponsor us, please.
Yeah.
A4, great family car.
RS4? Yeah.
Oh, I'll just take an R4. That's cheaper.
All right. If you don't want to shoot for the stars, man.
Start small.
So
dream big.
Yeah, whatever car it was, their entertainment systems, when you played 99% Invisible, %I was like a variable in the entertainment unit code. So if you listen to 99% Invisible, as soon as you played it, the car would just like freak out and the entertainment system wouldn't work.
It's so weird to think of that can happen.
So now the podcast has to have a special like Audi edition of the podcast that is like the words spelt out.
Oh, just fix your shit, Audi. Seriously.
It's just so dumb. Yeah.
Oh, well, let me get into my mini tale.
All right.
Little tale. I like it. Ever heard of Robert Listenboy?
No.
Okay, so he was a surgeon.
Okay.
Let me find from when, because it was a long time ago. Let me get the right time frame.
All right. We're talking like last week?
No. He was a surgeon. He was born in 1794 and died in 1847.
Okay, so 1700s.
Yeah. What's that? It's the 18th, 19th century. Early
18th.
Oh, it's the ones before it, isn't it? No, we're in the 21st century now, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the
1700s of the 18th century.
Yeah. So this is early 19th century.
Yeah.
This would have happened because he was 6 at the turn of the century. So I don't think he was performing operations when he was 6. So he is famous or infamous for having a surgery with a 300% mortality rate.
300%?
300% mortality rate.
So he killed 2 other people.
Yes.
All right.
So he was actually a pretty good surgeon.
So here's how we're going to solve this sore tummy. Hand grenade.
Kinda.
I'm going to shoot you with a cannon.
So he was actually quite, he was quite a famous surgeon. He was quite a good surgeon.
Yep.
Because back then, speed was the defining factor of quality because there was no anesthesia.
Yeah, so you just got to get it over and done with.
Yeah, so he was famed for being able to amputate a limb in 2.5 minutes.
That's impressive.
So, and he's like mortality rate before that was like 1 in 6 patients would die, where the average was like 1 in 4.
Yeah, that's impressive for the 1700s.
Yeah,
considering you could die from just about everything back then.
Yeah. So he was actually quite, a decent surgeon. But he, like I said, he is known for having a 300% mortality rate. And what happened during this surgery, he was amputating a patient's leg.
Yep.
And again, like I said, he was quite well known for his
not
speed,
killing people. Yeah.
For his speed.
Yeah.
He's started cutting this person's leg off so quickly that it actually chopped the fingers off his assistant who was holding the leg.
Oh.
So because he's done it so quick, the assistant didn't get his hand out of the road and it cut the fingers off of his assistant as well.
Oh.
Well, he's done that.
So the assistant's got an infection, died.
Yeah. So the patient died from an infection.
Yeah.
The assistant fingers who's got cut off died from an infection. So there's 2 people.
Yeah.
The third person comes from when he's done that cut.
Yeah.
He's gone on the follow through. He's hit someone who's watching. He's hit their trench coat.
Okay.
Hasn't cut them.
Yeah.
He's hit their trench coat, which has caused that person to faint and pass out.
Oh.
Because the knife's come at him and he's all freaked out and passed out.
Right.
What actually happened to that person is he suffered a fatal heart attack, and that's the third person that died.
Wow. After that, what do you do?
1 operation, 3 dead.
What do you do after that?
Don't know. Apparently, one of the other things he's done too in his speed when amputating a leg, he accidentally cut someone's testicles off as well.
Oh, nah. Just slow down. Like, it's not worth it.
So, yeah, little bit of, I thought that came up during the week. I'm like, there's a little tale. It's probably not big enough to get a full episode out, but it's interesting.
I've said this before. I don't want to live in any other time than now. Honestly. Like,
not behind us anyway. Maybe in the future.
Every time before now just sounds like hell.
Dismantling a Titanic sister ship.
Yeah, I look back even on when I was born and I'm like, oh, what an awful time.
Senators shooting other public officials outside the White House.
Congressmen.
And getting away with it.
Congressmen just blamming their way out of things. Oh, man. What's been your favourite tale that we've told so far?
It has to be very close between the 1904 Olympics and
Dan Sickles.
Dan Sickles.
Yeah.
They're 2 of my favourite tales because this just keeps getting crazier.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we've peaked. No, wait a second.
Yeah.
He shot someone outside the White House and got away with it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And 1904 was very similar. Like every time you think they've screwed over these runners enough.
Just crescendoed at the rat poison.
Yep. At the second rat poisoning.
Oh, with the brandy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to say that they're very close, 1 and 2. I can't distinguish either one or the other. What about yours, boy? What are your favourites?
I still hold the first one very dear.
Bloomfest.
Yeah, I think that's a great story.
It'd be nice to revisit it one day with decent recording.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we would do anything like that.
Yeah. I think also I really enjoyed the Titanic one. That one was good. But yeah.
You really got invested in that story,
I got
didn't you?
so deep in that story and it did not pay off. Yeah, no, I think the 1904 Olympics is probably our best episode.
Yeah.
At least in terms of fun. Although the skydiving one was very fun. I enjoyed that too.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked the, for one I'd done, I really liked Hatton Garden. That was a really good one
fun.
To set you up with and then hit you with that right
Yeah.
at the end. So that was fun for me.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Yeah.
So apart from, packing up your house and moving out and moving back in, what else have you been up to, boy? Have you been playing any games? Something that reminds me. That's one of the things you've said to me once that always makes me chuckle. There was one night, I think we might have been playing cricket, where you were up me for the rent because you were like, you are so nerdy. How are you so good at sports?
It's just a dichotomy of you that I find hilarious. Is that you spend every night gaming, massive nerd, into the Marvel movies, massive nerd.
Yeah.
And then also just tonking sixes all day at cricket on Sunday.
Currently ranked 33 in Australia for LMS batting.
Like just
84 in the world.
It's unbelievable that those two things happen at once.
Yeah, I'm an enigma.
Yeah.
Not really.
I guess you make up for it by not wearing shirts properly. So
that's the holes in the back. So yeah, I'm a bit nerdy. I like movie games and stuff. You like your games. What have you been playing lately?
Well, I think you know what I've been playing.
Pokemon.
Because
and PUBG. Yeah.
PUBG, just non-stop.
Back into the PlayerUnknown's
battlegrounds. Oh yeah, and like you and Cheesy have fallen off again. I haven't seen you guys playing it for a week.
Well,
but
all you got to do is message and I'll be on.
I just wanted to practice. I wanted to not be crap.
All you got to do is message and I'll be on. So for people who don't know, it's a battle royale. It's Hunger Games.
Hundo people start. However many are in a team, finish.
Yep. Last surviving, take everyone else out.
And traditionally, what would you say has been my strength in that game?
Being shot at.
I would say that my strength has been getting items that other people can use after they kill me.
Well, when we're in a team, it's getting shot at so we know where to shoot.
Yeah. I'm a sacrificial lamb.
So you haven't been playing anything else?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I've been just trying to get better at that.
Okay. You've fallen off Pokemon?
I'm still into it.
You up me for being like a huge Marvel fan, but you are deep in the Pokemon. You are a Pokemon fanatic.
I would say not so much now, but go back to when I had a little bit less going on.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I was probably into it. I was into it deep.
So you excited for Scarlet and... No, don't care.
I mean, whatever.
Okay.
Maybe
a bit closer.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I want... Yeah, I don't know.
Are you excited for Starfield?
Which one's that? That's the Bethesda space one?
Out this year on the 11th of November.
Yeah, I tend not to want to have a look at like previews and stuff.
You don't want to get hyped up for stuff like that?
I've been let down too many times.
Okay. Because you're a massive Fallout fan.
Yes.
And Bethesda have done 2 Fallouts now? 3?
They did 3 New Vegas for...
Bethesda didn't do New Vegas.
Didn't they?
That was Obsidian.
Okay, so they did 3...
And 4.
4
and 76.
76.
You can't really count 76. It's a little bit different. The single player...
Yeah, I mean,
story
if
ones.
you look at 76, it's a single player game that they've shoehorned...
Yeah, you can play with other people.
Multiplayer into. But...
So you're a fan of that...
I love that universe.
That
universe and that setting is probably my number one favorite universe.
And it's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, post-nuclear war. And the world didn't develop culturally or aesthetically past the 50s. But technologically, it exploded.
With nuclear technology,
yeah.
So everything's like fusion.
And then there was a war. Everyone got blown up.
Yeah.
Living the apocalyptic
But
world.
you don't like the Elder Scrolls? Like
no,
Skyrim?
Fantasy's not my deal.
Which is it's the same kind of game, but just one's like post-apocalyptic, one's fantasy. And you're not into the fantasy?
Not into it.
But you're a face boy. You're a face boy.
Face boy.
You're a space boy.
Big space boy.
And they're making a Fallout type of game, but in space. So I thought you'd be real excited for that.
Yeah, I don't particularly love space fantasy.
I don't know if it doesn't look like fantasy.
Yeah.
I would call Destiny space fantasy.
Yeah.
But this looks like it's, based in quite a lot of realism for Starfield, because the one trailer that we did have, you got the sitting in the ship and it's it looks like a rocket on Earth, like it's got the sparks and the fuel coming out. So
yeah. I mean, let's see. I have not looked into it at all.
Okay, you're not getting hyped up for it. Are you a person that gets excited like pre-release of stuff? Like for me,
no, not at all.
Like before Halo come out, like I was watching every bit of trailer that come out. I was watching, reading developer updates and stuff like that. I get on the hype train pretty bad.
I'll tell you why, because I got onto the hype train for No Man's Sky.
And that ruined it for you?
That was such a steaming dog poo at launch.
You should try it now. Apparently it's very good now with all the updates.
I watched a video from the Internet Historian on YouTube. Hilarious.
Were you going to do an episode on that, like what happened?
Yeah.
You're thinking about it?
Yeah. Yeah. So the Internet Historian has given me a couple of ideas.
Yep.
He's got just fantastic, hilarious, long format videos on a couple things. The Costa Concordia is one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that. And No Man's Sky is another that I really liked. And I want to do that. Basically just like the TLDR of it is very small independent studio started making a game. Sony paid them some money and the scale of it just got out of hand. The hype got out of hand. I bought into the hype and then the game comes out and it's like 5% of what was promised and there's nothing to do and you've just spent like $60 to buy this nothing. And a lot of people were a lot of mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're seeing lots of Chernobyl content on this silent screen at the moment.
That is one you're excited for, isn't it? There's a Stalker? That's a Chernobyl.
Yeah, it's in the Chernobyl area. Yeah.
Kind of one to come out.
Yeah.
But that's been pushed back because well, it's understandable. The developers
in Ukraine
are in Ukraine and we all know what's happening there at the moment.
Did you hear today, you know how Chernobyl got taken over by the Russians? Apparently the safety monitoring equipment beams back to like a central body in Europe and it's gone silent now. So they don't know what's happening in Chernobyl.
It's kind of concerning.
A little bit. I really wanted to go visit Pripyat.
It's still very radioactive there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like relatively safe now, but if that changes, it will change very quickly.
If you know Aaron, you know the two things he's into, which is space and Chernobyl.
Yeah. I was planning a trip in 2020 to Chernobyl. I had looked up like packages. I'd looked up where to stay. I'd looked up flights.
You can take guided tours in there and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at like full tours of the whole area. And then what happened in 2020? Like what happened in 2020 that meant I couldn't go?
COVID.
COVID? Was that the year? Okay. Yeah. So that never happened. And now it's looking increasingly like it may never happen. Yeah. So that's a shame. But, live and let live.
Wasn't there another Chernobyl-based game coming out? Or that was Chernobyl-lite? I thought there was another one.
Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, Chernobyl-lite was all right. Chernobyl-lite looks nice. So far, I've found it to be very repetitive. Like, you go out, you do a couple things, you come back. Okay. There's no real, payoff yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been playing.
What?
I've been playing the crap out of Elden Ring.
Yeah. You're into that game.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Yeah.
There's a reason why everyone's giving it 10 out of 10. It is.
It's very pretty from what I've seen.
Oh, it's a gorgeous game. You just so it's a Souls game, if you know what that means.
Nope. And most people won't.
I don't know how to describe it.
I can describe Dark Souls for you.
Okay, you describe Dark Souls. This is going to be good.
So when I have a coffee in the morning, pretty much immediately after that, I make a Dark Souls.
No. So Dark Souls.
So when you see a dog walking around the park and somebody's got a bag and they're picking stuff up after it, they're picking up Dark Souls.
Aaron had a really bad experience with Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls is not a great game.
By design, Souls games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring.
They're called Souls game because they suck your soul out and kill you.
They're designed to be difficult.
They're like the Dementors of the game world.
They're designed to be difficult. You slowly work your way through the world killing enemies and they will most likely kill you. And the whole idea is that you will die to enemies to work out how to defeat them and then kill that one, move on to the next one and start dying to that one. So they are difficult. But this Elden Ring, it's a gorgeous world, a gorgeous game. half the fun is just, it's an open world game.
Yeah.
So half the fun is just exploring.
Yeah.
Picking a corner of the map or a section of the map and going over there and finding a castle to explore, or finding a cave with a dungeon in it that you go down and explore and fight a boss at the end of it and get a new piece of gear. It's very fun.
That's one of the things that I used to really enjoy, was playing a game where you could go anywhere in the map and do something.
Yeah.
Like if you just got bored and wandered off, you found something to do.
You can do that in Elden Ring, but most likely the thing you do when you get to that is kill something.
Yeah. I don't like that anymore.
There's not a lot of variation of at the end of the exploring.
Yeah.
But it's just...
It's
because of all the different areas and the different bosses and stuff like that. The game was co-written by George R.R. Martin. Who was
never going to finish writing that series that he's popular for.
Which is?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, got there. Well done.
Hmm.
Co-written by the writer of Game of Thrones.
Has he got one book or two books left to do? One book.
I thought it was one.
I've never read them or watched the show.
I started. He's very good at describing food. No.
I wonder why.
Honestly, you read his books, he might spend a page describing a plate of food.
Man, that would annoy me. I read this book called Shantaram.
Yeah.
And it's written by this guy whose name escapes me. And now I wish I remembered it, because it's like right there. I can just about read it. And he was this guy who was Australia's most wanted at one point. He broke out of prison and he escaped to India. And the book is following the story of him and his time in India and like the highs and lows of being over there. And he, like, this book is a house brick. It's like 900 pages or something. It's a thick boy book. And he will spend like 200 words describing a storm coming in over the ocean.
Well, that's all right. That sounds like you could do that. That sounds nice, actually. I think I'd like to read that.
Yeah, it's nice until about the third or fourth time that it happens.
And you're like, storm.
All right, bro, I get it. It was a sunrise. Like, great book, but man, just simmer down on the descriptions.
I feel like it needs a bit of editing.
Yeah. Great book, though. Would recommend. It is a story that...
what is it about? What was it called?
Shantaram. Yeah.
What's it about?
This is a biography of sorts.
Oh, you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah. So this guy was like a criminal in Australia. He broke out of prison and escaped to India, and it follows his life in India.
You totally said that. Well, you probably just cut that out. You've already explained that.
Well, if you're like John and you ignore half the stuff that's said to you.
As soon as you started saying it again, I realised that you already said it.
Mm.
One of the other, like we were talking about being hyped for stuff, one of the things I am hyped for is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
I don't love most Marvel movies, but the Spider-Man ones and the Doctor Strange ones, I'm on for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, you said before I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Mm.
I do love
John Marvel Savage, that's what we call you.
I do love my Marvels. I took you to the last Spider-Man.
Great movie.
Great movie.
So good.
It's a movie we've now referenced on the podcast that we've both seen. I think that's the first movie.
First time. Yeah. And it's because we saw it together. Yeah.
So, you really enjoyed that one. Did you have a reference for... Oh, can we get into spoilers? How long has it been out for? It's out in DVD in like 2 weeks' time.
DVD?
Yeah, it's coming out in physical in like 2 weeks.
Why DVD is the thing that you say?
Because that's
what
are
you, an
say.
Old man?
Blu-ray. It's out on Blu-ray in 2 weeks.
Even that is a bit of a dated reference, boy. Anyway.
What am I meant to say?
It's out on streaming.
It's not out on streaming.
Isn't it?
I think it comes out streaming.
Oh, wow.
To purchase. I think it's out on streaming to purchase a week before the physical release.
Yeah, righto. Okay.
So are you a streamer or like all my Marvel movies I will buy physically?
There's very few things that I own physically now as like media. Yeah. I think the only thing that is in this room.
I still buy games.
Yeah, because you don't really have much of a choice there.
Because it's cheaper.
Yeah. Chernobyl on Blu-ray. I got that on Blu-ray.
And why'd you get it on Blu-ray?
Well, I wanted to have the highest possible quality.
Yeah, that's why I buy all my Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Physically, because you can stream them in 4K and it's great, but you'll get dips and stuff like that. You want to watch it properly for me. Same with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I've got all my Star Wars on physical. I want to get
Star Wars.
I want to get I've got DVD of Lord of the Rings, but I want to get Lord of the Rings in
I have
Blu-ray or 4K
a
when it comes out.
special edition Austin Powers box set.
Oh, really?
Mason, who is going to get a brief reprieve from being attacked mercilessly, was lovely to me, and he's like, "Oh, we were cleaning out a house," and I'm not even going to do an accent.
I
for him.
didn't even buy it. He's given his own personal.
Yeah, he was like, "We were cleaning out a house, and I found this, and I know how much you love these movies, and it was just going to get thrown out otherwise, and I thought Aaron would appreciate it and want to own it." And I was like, "You know what? Thanks, man. I'll take that." It was lovely, and Mason's a good lad.
And now we got a funny story out of it.
Yeah, so now I have a box set special edition of the Austin Powers films.
Yeah, right. So yeah, like I said, I'm excited for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Doctor Strange.
But you have no real reference for... Have you even seen the trailer?
Yeah, it was at the end of Spider-Man. It was the post-credit scene.
It was too.
They just played a trailer.
There was too.
There was an ad at the end of the movie that we all sat around and waited for.
I'm sure there was a second trailer that's coming out. Have you seen
possibly,
that one?
But no.
So
I don't watch trailers and stuff.
So you wouldn't have seen like the big thing that was in the trailer for the movie?
No.
Okay. Well, what's the point? I can't even tell you about it.
Okay.
So there's one section in the trailer.
Okay.
Where Doctor Strange is being led up by some robots.
Okay.
Who look very much like Ultron robots.
Sure.
Which you have no idea about, do you?
Ultron?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Age of Ultron. Transformers. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Let's move on.
Did you really just say that?
I did.
The Age of Ultron's a Transformers movie.
Is it not? Age of Ultron? What's that? Is that not Transformers? Oh, crap. What was Age of Ultron? What was Age of Ultron?
Oh, God, guys, you got to stick around to the end of this. This is great. You got to stick around to the end of this episode.
Age of Ultron? What was that?
We're just going to... Hopefully this stays in its full version while Aaron sits here and tries to work this out. I'm not going to give it to him.
Yeah, I got nothing.
How have you not worked this out? I just said Doctor Strange is being led by Ultron robots.
Yeah.
And you think it's a Transformers?
Obviously it's not. I thought you were going to tell me it was some kind of weird crossover.
You think Transformers is in the Marvel universe?
Well, no, I didn't think that. That's why I thought it was going to be a big...
You said Transformers Age of Ultron.
You told me it was a big thing. I was like, have they mashed these two worlds together?
Age of Ultron was the second Avengers movie.
Righto, there you go.
So you've not seen that?
No. I don't think I've even seen the first Avengers movie. I'm not into Marvel movies, boy.
Yeah, okay. So in the trailer...
This is a point where we differ so strongly.
So in the trailer, Doctor Strange is being led to a room.
Yep.
And there's a couple of...
By Optimus Prime.
Yep, by this... and Bumblebee. There's a couple of shadowy figures in the background.
Yep. And that's the...
It's expected... It's rumored, not rumored, it's theorized that that's the Illuminati.
Okay.
That's a whole Marvel thing that you won't get.
Sure.
And then you hear, maybe we should tell him the truth.
Okay.
And the camera cuts to behind a bald head, and it very much sounds like Patrick Stewart.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard this. That apparently the Mooties are in there.
Well, this could be the way the Mooties come in, yeah.
Yeah.
So if that is Patrick Stewart playing Professor X, have you seen those X-Men movies, like from the early 2000s?
Yeah, I've seen one or two of them.
Okay.
Again, didn't love them.
Yeah, 1 and 2 was all right. 3, not so much.
Yeah.
First Class and not great. Days of Future Past was probably the best one.
Yeah.
That's my take anyway. But it could be the with this multiverse, how they're going to bring in all the other Marvel movies that have happened. So
it is an easy way to bring stuff in.
It's quite smart. I hope it'd be
not smart. It's easy.
Multiverse.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, but it's a good way to. What I mean by smart is to include everything else that's been done before.
Yeah.
Now there is politics behind it with Disney buying Fox and who owns movie rights to this and that. And
look at how dumb our Prime Minister looks.
Leave him alone.
He just looks confused all the time.
Well, he hasn't exactly had the easiest couple of years, has he, in office?
He's had to be fair, he has had a very tough
period of time to be Prime Minister.
Just a lot of crap happening all the time.
Yeah.
To be fair again, maybe don't go to Hawaii in the middle of one of the crap things. Yeah.
So are you telling me that if you had pre-planned holidays that you were leaving for and then something happened at work that you would not go on holidays?
If I was the guy that ran the whole thing, no.
Okay.
And it's not like a business. It's a country.
What if you were the guy that ran the whole thing, but you also had a guy who was deputy run the whole thing who could take care of it?
I mean, did they?
Meant to be. That's the whole point of a deputy prime minister, isn't it?
I mean, sure. But like, it's just not a smart move. Even if you remove the fact that you're supposed to have people around you that can do...
Wow, her eyes are really close together. It's a bit weird.
John?
Well, it's just the first thing I noticed.
Biases are just on display today.
But they were really large eyes as well.
Yeah, it does make me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Don't come at me with that when you're feeling the same.
John, welcome to the edit.
Okay.
You're meant to have people around you that can do the job when you're not there, right? Like, the sign of a good leader is that they can step away and things don't break apart. But that doesn't mean that you do that in a time of crisis.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. What do you do? What were we talking about?
I don't know.
I'm talking about Marvel movies. So I'm excited for Doctor Strange. Are you... It's not going to happen, but are you excited for anything that's... You have nothing that you're looking forward to?
Like nothing that's coming out soon.
No TV shows, no movies or...
Nah. I don't like to get excited for it because like most stuff these days is crap. Just crap filler.
I've got so much I'm excited for.
Yeah, and I don't.
You weren't excited for the Batman? I haven't even seen that yet, but the Batman that's just coming out?
No.
You don't care about Batman?
No.
I'm excited.
They just announced I Am Legend 2. Why?
Yeah, I don't
know. That movie is one of the few movies that I have watched more than once and been like...
Have you watched the original?
I Am Legend?
The original?
No.
The I Am Legend is based off a movie called The Amiga Man.
No, I haven't watched that.
Okay.
But the Will Smith I Am Legend.
Yeah.
That movie is phenomenal. Don't make a second one for the sake of making a second one.
Original ending or the alternate ending?
Original ending.
You like the original one?
The original one's where he dies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the alternative?
It's implied that he dies, I think.
What's the alternative?
I think the alternative is he gets out with the woman.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm not
sure. The original's better.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah.
It is a great movie.
Yeah, like I just feel like most media these days, and this is going to sound real jaded and like wanky, but like most media is just filler. Like I don't care about like third and fourth movies in a franchise. The exception is Fast and the Furious.
Oh, please.
Because those are the Mafs of the movie world.
Yeah, you're excited for the trash of what is entertainment.
Show me a person who doesn't like a Fast and the Furious movie, and I'll show you a liar. Those movies, you don't have to think. Turn your brain off.
Just enjoy the ride.
And just enjoy 2 hours of just stunts that would kill a human being.
Well, just this month, I'm excited for, I think Doctor Strange might be next month. But it's the start of next month.
Yeah.
So Doctor Strange, we got Halo's out this month. Moon Knight is out on Disney Plus TV show. It's coming this month as well. Again, like, there's a character you got nothing about, but it's the series after that I'm excited for, Kenobi.
I have thought of two things I'm excited for.
Okay, hit me with it.
On Apple TV, there is a series called For All Mankind. It is it's an alternate history show based on the idea of what if the Russians beat the Americans to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So the space race never ends.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fantastic show. They made some missteps towards the end of season 2.
Oh, so this is the third season that'll be
They're coming into the third season.
Yeah, right.
They made a couple missteps in some of the characters.
Have you watched Space Force?
I haven't.
Oh.
I found it cheesy.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, but it's
kind
of one of those, like you said before, ones you can just sit back and enjoy. Because the only reason I ask is season 2 just come to Netflix.
Yeah, I did see that. I haven't watched it though. I also am excited for the Foo Fighters concert at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a whole thing.
Yeah, you get more excited about music stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
There is one. Yeah. So like me, it's movies and TV shows. You, it's
music. Yeah. Man, the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Yes.
Like that.
That was good.
Yeah.
Right up my alley.
If you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s.
Spider-Cent. Maybe he's put on a few pounds because he's chubby.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. He's like he's middle-aged.
Yeah, we've covered this.
I know. Have we?
Yeah, we covered it in one of the episodes.
Yeah, okay. I think it's unfair.
He's just older.
He's just a guy who's put on weight because he's not 20 anymore. Yeah.
You can relate.
Jeez, can you just sit still for like a minute?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
You can relate.
I am. Yep. I'm hitting pork out age and I'm scared.
What's pork out age? 30?
28.
Yeah, right.
And let me tell you, when I hit 28, I was aware of the fact that could start happening, and it started happening in the last 12 months. I put on a couple kilos. Last time I was in Townsville, I think it was when I was with you.
When we went up for the game, yeah.
Yeah, I put on a couple kilos up
April
then.
last year?
Yeah, haven't got rid of them. Yeah. That was April, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was April.
Wow, that feels so much more recent than that. Yeah, because that was when I was at Beef Week.
Oh, that's right. That's where you probably put the weight on at Beef Week.
Beef Week.
Or the beef.
Beef. Let me tell you, that is a situation I have never felt so out of place in. Because it was me and another guy that I worked with, Mitch.
2 internet salesmen.
Yeah, so Mitch worked for our business team.
A bunch of country bumpkins selling beef.
Nah, man.
No, not you and Mitch.
Yeah, I know. But like, they're way more sophisticated than you would imagine.
Oh, yeah, I don't mean like...
That was very rude of you.
Okay, I don't mean like the country folk.
Stop saying it like a privileged city boy.
How many of them were wearing Akubras?
All of them.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking. That's the stereotype. I'm talking about RM Williams boots and Akubras.
Mitch and I are both...
How many were wearing
all of them.
Exactly.
All of them.
Were you wearing an Akubra and RM Williams boots?
No.
No, you were in a polo and some nice slacks.
Yeah, I had some RM Williams clothing on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was out of place. Mitch and I are both very much city boys.
If you think of your stereotypical country farmer, you think of Akubra.
Yeah.
Boots.
Yeah.
Jeans. And probably a Ralph Lauren t-shirt.
Yeah. And that was pretty much what it was. But this event is like the biggest beef industry event in the Southern Hemisphere. And it happens every 3 years, I want to say. Yeah. And Mitch and I, very city boys, very out of place. Like, I've never felt so out of position in my life as I have in that week that we were there. It was good. I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of steak.
Oh, so much steak. But like, it got to the point where we're like, let's just have a salad for dinner.
Steak for breakfast, steak for lunch.
We had some big boy steaks when we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good fun. And I really enjoyed feeling like out of place.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
You think our Prime Minister's dumb? Have you heard their president speak?
Don't even. Yeah. Sleepy Biden.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe. Or him. Boris Johnson.
He just
looks like he just rolled out of bed every minute of every day.
He looks like if a Muppets character has been turned into a human.
Yeah. That's a Muppet. That's a Muppet.
Or like a Sesame Street character that's just been humanized. Like hit him with the human gun.
Yeah.
Human ray gun.
Yeah. He looks like adult, like anyone that watches, Adam will get this reference.
We do have an English listener who's reached out to us in the last week. I'm sorry for paying out your Prime Minister.
Yeah, look, yeah. He looks like, oh man, he made me feel bad. But he looks like from Tweak from South Park as an adult and real.
I didn't know who you're talking about because he looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't have known his name. I can picture him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, now that we've alienated our British listener. Oh man. Oh well. We'll go. Oh geez. Sorry. Oh.
Boy, I think we're gonna have to wrap up.
I think we're gonna have to.
We're almost at an hour and a half.
Yeah. Let's call that. Oh, head on. Oh, that's not what you want. We need to not have a TV playing when we record these because it's so hard to not just watch TV.
Oh, look, Mafs is on.
Mafs. Oh, yeah. This Sunday, going to be a great one. They have like a commitment ceremony where they all sit around.
You mean last Sunday?
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, it's already happened. You probably know what I'm talking about because everyone's into it. But yeah, they have a commitment ceremony where they all get together in a room and sit on a couch and they all talk about their relationships.
We're just bookending this episode
with Mafs chat. Yeah, Cheeky Boys, brought to you by Mafs.
Kicking your microphone stand.
Yeah. Yeah, they all have these like ceremonies. They all sit together and talk. This week, apparently something happens and they come in, the producers are like, everyone's got to leave. And they're all like, this is an outrage. I've had enough of this. I'm out of here.
It's all fabricated shit.
Yes, it is. It's so fabricated.
I can't believe you watch this crap.
All right, go back to your scripted anime where all the same stuff happens. Yep. It's just not fake people.
Yep. Anime is all the same and it's all good.
All right. Think you're better than me because I watch Mafs? You're not. I understand the human condition better than you.
I never said I was better than you for watching Mafs. I just...
Watch Mafs and you will learn how you never want to act.
No.
Mafs teaches you how to identify toxic behavior better than anything else.
I think I could do that with 10 seconds of, okay, all those people, toxic, bye.
Yep, it'll work. Anyway, now that Mafs chat's officially over.
Like I said, we bookended this.
I'm excited for next week's episode of Mafs. There you go.
Yeah,
that's three things.
Yeah. Trash. Okay, maybe Foo Fighters isn't trash. But...
You're saying that For All Mankind is trash?
No, I was referring to the next Fast and Furious. Have you seen what's happening for the next Fast and Furious?
I like how we're trying to wrap up now. We're talking about Fast and Furious. Not that I'm saying we should wrap up because I want to talk about that before we wrap up, but no, I haven't.
They've announced Fast 10.
Yes.
They haven't announced what it's called. Have you seen who the bad guy is going to be? Who's the next one to join their squad?
Who is it?
He's not going to know. Even if I say Aquaman, he's not going to know.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, he does know. Because Aquaman's your favourite, of course.
Aquaman is my favourite because I think he's the dumbest of all superheroes.
Have you seen the current jokes going on with that?
About how Aquaman's joining the Fast world?
No.
Okay.
About Aquaman. So, the whole DC connected universe.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. Have you heard of Peacemaker? John Cena's character.
No.
So he's had his own TV show.
Oh, I have. Yeah. He was in Suicide Squad, wasn't he?
Yes.
The second Suicide Squad.
The second one.
Yeah. Not the first one, which had the only moment that's made me want to walk out of the film in my entire life. Yeah.
What was that?
That's what I call a killer app.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like, is this a year 10 film and TV?
This is going to go for another 10 minutes. Now.
Film, TV, and new media movie. Like, I could have written that when I was in grade 10 to have Harley Quinn watch someone have their head blown off by a bomb collar by someone using a phone app, and to then have the camera zoom in on her face to give a full close up and have her go basically to the camera. Now, that's what I call a killer app. That is not filmmaking. That is what kids write when they're trying to be filmmakers. Who allowed that through? Outraged.
Have you seen Deadpool?
Yes.
Did you like Deadpool?
It's intentionally like that.
Okay, just checking.
Deadpool is fourth wall breaking.
He knows he's a movie character.
Yes, and that's fine. That's a choice.
Okay.
To have Harley Quinn do that and she's looking like half an inch off camera, that's terrible writing. Okay. That was a terrible movie, and anyone associated with it should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed.
Peacemaker, the second Suicide Squad, which I haven't seen.
Just quickly, thank you, Nova, for the tickets that we got to go see Suicide Squad, the original one. I really appreciated that.
Did we?
Yeah, that was Nova tickets. Mitch got you them. Mitch Lewis.
Did I take you to that?
Yes.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, and I wanted to storm out of that movie, and it was a premiere.
I don't remember that at all.
That's right. Cheeky Boys got a premiere. Queensland premieres.
Yeah, Spider-Man was that too.
Yeah, just going to a movie premiere. What of it?
We could do a recording at next one. Anyway, so Peacemaker was in the second Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Got his own TV show because it was such a, like, the character was a hit.
Sure.
And he's a bit of a, there's a bit of comedy in it. Actually, John Cena is actually quite a good comedy actor.
Sure.
Very charismatic.
Charismatic.
Yep, that thing.
Charismatic.
Thank you. So at the end, I haven't seen the show, but apparently at the end, there's some cameos by some of the Justice League.
Sure.
Jason Momoa was there as Aquaman. And the joke is, get ready on your beat button, boy. The joke is, through the whole thing, Peacemaker's like, he's not a real superhero. He just fucks a fish or fucks fish or whatever like that. All right. So that's the joke in the thing. And then.
Isn't that what I've exactly said in the past?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then at this end where Aquaman's there, he said something to Peacemaker like, oh, you could have used our help. He's like, F off, Aquaman, go F a fish.
Yeah.
Type of thing like that, right? And then I seen a video just the other day. It was like a red carpet event for something. There's a red carpet event for something, and there's a reporter, Jason Momoa, was walking past. I think the Fast 10 announcement might have just come out. So this reporter's called him over, like, oh, question, whatever. He goes, you got time for a question? Yeah, man, got time for a question. You know, Jason Momoa's a cool dude. He's got the long hair. Yeah. Got time for a question? And the reporter goes, so what kind of fish was it? And Jason Momoa was just like, what? he storms off, and he does walk back past later and gives him a fist bump. He's like, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
It was pretty funny.
That's good. All right, boy. We should actually wrap it up.
We should. You've got a lot of editing to do.
This might be the longest episode by the time it edits down.
Well, we're just shooting the shit. No, we've just divulged into the swears. Oh, we're just chatting, man. Like this, we're just chatting, boy. We're just shooting the gap.
Are you all right?
I don't know. What am I trying to say?
I don't know what you're doing.
Can you just get rid of all of that?
No.
Yeah, it's just ticked over 10:30. That's what's happened.
John's got the evening sillies.
Got the loopies.
All right, let's call it. Thank you for listening to this once off.
If you're still around, thank you.
If anybody's still listening, thank you for putting up with it. It is a one-off. We will be back with normal tale telling next time.
I mean, if this episode goes gangbusters, we might chuck one in every 3 months.
Look, again, if it goes gangbusters, I'm willing to change the entire format of this podcast for sponsors. But at this stage, no. I enjoy the podcast the way that we have it. This is just a once-off, and we'll not be doing it as frequently.
Unless it floods again.
Well, oh, jeez. Anyway, as usual, links are in the bio.
What are we going to do for the socials this week?
I don't know. There's 4 pictures of us.
Do we do pictures of us? Do we do pictures of like the things we talk about? Cricket?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, we'll work something out. We'll work something out. But Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CheekyToutsPod. Give us a listen. I mean, what? Give us a follow. Thanks for your listen.
If you just forged on through that, wouldn't have noticed.
Anyway, yeah, the link tree is in the bio of those socials.
Yeah, go to Linktree if you haven't yet. Check out the video from last episode.
Yeah, the guy smacking into the mountain.
James Bull smacking into the snow. That is up there. Yeah, check that out. Yeah. Oh, that was an incredible video. I can't believe that was caught on video.
I know. And anyway, let's not get into it because we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Thank you, and we will talk to you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.